This is Countdown to Economic Collapse, September 4th, 2011. I'm David John Sponheim, running for president in 2012. We are at a crossroads in America. The powerful elitists have essentially rigged the election coming up in 2012. They've chosen people like Rick Perry, a Bilderberg Group member. They've got people like Herman Cain, a former member of the Federal Reserve, running to control our monetary system. Our whole goal at America's Third Party is to gain independent control of our monetary system, something that I think all of you need to consider. The future is bleak if they continue to print up money. Our problem is jobs growth is not occurring. 9.1% unemployment for August has sent the stock market reeling, down 253 points on Friday. We are seeing a general overall lack of interest in this country in terms of our world monetary reserve system, which is ultimately going to separate from us. There's talk about the EU and the euro having a war over the dollar. Now, job growth has not occurred under Obama, as you know, and he's going to be proposing an infrastructure plan which will cost probably upwards of $165 billion. This plan is something he borrowed from John Kerry. The concept is to fund the transportation system. It won't amount to more than 50,000 jobs at best. And what's happening is the Democrats are up to their old ways. They continue to throw money at things, thinking it's going to solve the problem. Now, Obama's foreign policy is costing us dearly. Over $600 billion a year, $1.1 billion to Libya. And I'm going to show you an article right now which shows that this country is funding rebel forces who were Al-Qaeda. Libyan intel docs show ties to CIA renditions. So the CIA has been sending people into Muammar Gaddafi's custody to be tortured. And this has been going on under Bush and Obama. And what's really interesting to note that the CIA was among a number of foreign intelligence services that worked with Libya's agencies. And reports of such cooperation have surfaced before, but the documents provide new details on the ties between Western countries and Gaddafi's regime. So they found these documents in the recent attack on Tripoli. One notable case is that of Abdel Hakim Belhaj, commander of the anti-Gaddafi rebel force that now controls Tripoli. Belhaj is the former leader of the Libyan Islamic Fighting Group, a now dissolved militant group with links to Al-Qaeda. What's to say they aren't going to turn into members of Al-Qaeda? And that raises the bigger question, has the CIA been supporting Al-Qaeda all along? Now, if that wasn't bad enough, Libya, Iraq, Afghanistan, these wars continuing to go on, it shows that our country is easily manipulated right now. And we're heading toward ultimate control by the central bank, the World Bank, the IMF. And right now, our country is in the hands of these people. They are using their power to manipulate Barack Obama and the two-party system. If you don't believe that, just look at the facts. Our country continues to waste money recklessly. The two parties agree only when it comes time to giving benefits to special interest groups. They disagree whenever it comes time to solving problems for Americans. And you'll understand that this two-party system is by design. It is designed to factionalize all of us, to make us dislike each other. You see, we're spearheading a program to unite the country in the middle of the political spectrum. America's Third Party is a centrist group. We are dedicated to uniting the country, fiscal conservatives joining with progressives. And we are going to do the opposite of what the elitists want. We are going to do the answers which will provide solutions to our economy's problems. We are going to create those solutions. The solar panel program that will boost technology in this country, making our renewable energy sector the growth sector. Now, we waited for businesses to do this, and you'll hear Republicans like Rick Perry and others talk about how we're going to create businesses. Well, we've waited for that to happen too. Under Ronald Reagan, we saw the trickle-down economic theory not play out before our very eyes. We saw our country continue to allow big business to grow, giving themselves tax credits and giving themselves all kinds of perks. And now we've got this behemoth bureaucracy, which is out of control, needs to be cut by 50%. Now Obama is coming up with a plan to boost the infrastructure. Is he going to use the same methodology he used with the solar industry? Take a look at what's happened in the solar industry in the past 2 years.
Okay, we're going to take a look at ArizonaCentral.com, and we're going to take a look at a solar company, a Tempe-based solar company, First Solar, that's benefiting from foreign loans.
Right now, there are many companies facing difficulty in the solar industry. The funding comes on the heels of several U.S. failures within the solar industry, partly as a result of low-price competition from Asia. Obama still stands by this renewable energy aid that he gave the panel maker Solyndra even after they have failed. Now, they got a $535 million U.S. loan guarantee, and they pulled a $527 million out of that, closed their doors. They're laying off 1,100 full-time and temporary employees. In mid-August, Tucson-based Salon Corporation said it would close its factory and lay off 65 workers. And this is another example of taking tax credits, energy tax credits, and then closing their doors. Another solar company, Spectra Watt, out of Hopewell Junction, New York, filed for Chapter 11. And then Evergreen Solar Inc. of Marlborough, Mass. did the same. And more than 70% of the alternative energy components are foreign made, with China on track to make all kinds of money in wind power, solar, and a variety of other renewable energy technologies. So we are destined to fail, and that's the problem.
So as you can see, solar power could have become a very important part of our economy's growth, but it didn't. We just dumped millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars at the industry, and they grabbed that money and ran with it, because that's what the solar industry and the big business concept has done. Venture capitalists in the solar industry take money in, and then they borrow more money. So they take your tax dollars and then borrow against them, and then pretty soon they go belly up and they start another company, or they sell off their infrastructure. We have an opportunity to buy this infrastructure. If I were your president right now, I would be buying up infrastructure that's currently being closed right now. These companies could be used to create extremely efficient solar panels that will be cost effective and compete with the Chinese market. We can gain the advantage by scaling down production costs and scaling down the greed grab that's going on in the solar industry. Now that's what we're going to do at America's Third Party. We're going to use the government to compete in the free market. Now that's a way in which the tax dollars that you're currently spending can be put to good use and will get a return on investment. This concept is not socialism. It is not communism, so don't let anyone fool you. It is a brand new concept that will spearhead the future of sustainability for this nation. Now, people like Howard Schultz, the CEO of Starbucks, he is extremely concerned. Him and 50 others are not going to be dedicating any money to the two-party system. They're asking many people who are very wealthy to not give these people money because they don't agree on key things that will help this country get its fiscal house in order. The people at the top of our industries in America are being turned a blind eye by the Obama administration. I told you what the CEO of Wynn Hotel talked about, Steve Wynn. He said that Barack Obama is like a wet blanket over business growth and job creation. That's a serious accusation from a person who voted for Barack Obama. You see, all of these people feel like they've been alienated by Obama's administration, and one thing I'm going to do is embrace business leaders and help them make that transition to the 21st century that so many of them want to do. We're right at the beginning of something great in America, and the future is very bright for the renewable energy sector and for our own domestic oil production, as well as the possibility of cleaning the environment, key ingredients in the technological growth surge that's coming in America. But we need the right political power in place to make that happen. And I urge you to check out americasthirdparty.com and find out more about how our country can get ahead of this incredible economic debacle that's unfolding right before our very eyes.